Good morning. My name is Mitch. I'm a missionary here at Calvary Chapel, Rosarito, and welcome to today's Good News. This morning we are once again in the book of Proverbs. We're in chapter 4, so if you want to turn there in your Bible or your phony Bible, go ahead, chapter 4. And Solomon is giving instructions to his son. And he's given him all kinds of practical advice and good things that he can do in his life. And that reminds me of my granddad. My granddad gave great advice. He taught me how to fish. He taught me how to ride a horse. He was a great guy, but he always carried around a handkerchief in his back pocket. And back in his day, they always carried around handkerchiefs. And it reminds me that I rarely wipe my neck with a tissue. So Kleenex should be called clean nose. If you like that one, my wife helped me with that. But today's good news, of course, is Solomon's advice to his son, and he's giving him good practical advice. And it's verse 26 of chapter 4, and it says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life." Once again, above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. It's a beautiful word picture here, the wellspring of life. All the issues of life coming out of this well that is your heart. Your heart is a well, and it can be a pure, clean water that you're drinking out of your well, or it can be dirty and polluted. It's up to you to guard your heart and to make sure that your wellspring is springing out streams of living water. And so Solomon's talking to his son, and throughout this chapter, he's saying, "Listen to me, my son." It's almost like, you ever had that from your parents where they're like, "Are you listening to me?" And so it's like he's saying, "Listen to me," and then he bottom lines it. He says, "Above all else." So he's telling him, this is the most important thing I'm telling you. If you don't get anything else, just please get this. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Now, I was a soldier many years ago, and one of the worst jobs that I did not like was guard duty. Because guard duty, you'd have to be out there by yourself, walking around a perimeter in the middle of the night. You'd have to be out there all night, and I did not like guard duty. It was real boring. But then I asked my sergeant, "Hey, what am I guarding here anyways?" Because I was thinking, we don't need somebody out here. He said, "You're guarding all our munitions, all the bullets, all the bombs, everything we're going to use to fight the enemy." And so it changed my perspective that, yes, guard duty was important, and I needed to be on guard because we did have an enemy that did want to take our bullets and use them on us. And of course, Christian, we are in a war. And the enemy wants to steal the weapons that God gives us. He doesn't want you to pray. He doesn't want you to read your Bible and have your devotions. He wants to steal that stuff away from you so you're not on guard. And he could use that against you. And so it's important for us to guard those things, to guard our heart, to keep in the Word, to keep in prayer. What does it mean for you to guard your heart? Now, it means different things for different people. If you're a father and a husband like I am, guarding your heart is very important because you're not only guarding it for yourself, you're guarding it for your family. What comes into you and what you allow to happen to your heart is going to affect your whole family. For me, it's not the major sins in life, but it's little things. It's folly. It's folly that can creep into my life. It's just things that, hey, I have this doorknob and I want to change the doorknob. What's wrong with the doorknob that's on there? Well, I got this new one. I want to put the new one on. 3.5 hours later, I'm angry. I'm struggling. I can't get the thing on. Why did I do that? It was perfectly fine before. It's just getting distracted. It's wasting time for me. I have daughters. For me, looking at them to guard their heart and to teach them, I'm thinking about boys. You got to make sure you guard your heart from those boys. Don't just fall for the first person that tells you he loves you. And my son, it's guarding against his eyes against what's on the internet. We allow them to do school on the internet, and it's very dangerous. And so to guard his heart, to be part of that, to teach him how to guard his heart by showing him by a good example. And so, Christian, today, my encouragement to you is guard your heart, because everything comes out of it, and that is today's good news.